working? Okay. Let's check with the model. Okay, we're on. Ooh. Hi, chat. Hi, Sleepy. Hello, Nix and Robert and Funtown. Welcome in. We can hear you. Let's go. Yes. No more scuff. The scuff has been unscuffed. We have unscuffified the stream. Mic is good. Cool. Hello, Paige Painter Draws. Welcome in. We're gonna try and do a better job of actually reading chat while drawing. The scuff has been defeated. Yes. Finally. The scuff has been banished to the void. Forever. But yeah, how's you guys' week been? How is your Wednesday? We're almost to the weekend. We're almost to the weekend, guys. We are doing good. Hi, BB. Welcome in chat. Hello, hello. Hi. Welcome to stream. We're going to be doing comic stuff today, and I'm going to ramble about a new project that I have not told YouTube about yet. If you've been on my blog or DeviantArt, then you might have seen some stuff, but I haven't told YouTube yet. I haven't told you guys about this. Gotta go, see ya. Okay, goodbye, Paige. Thank you for dropping by. Hi, Charles. I did a little peek at the blog what's up ahead. Let's go. Well, this stream should hopefully give context. This is where I explain, without spoilers, what I've been cooking. Hi, Kali. Welcome in. Welcome into the chat. Yeah, I'm just checking the model because it seems to have frozen. Oop. I hope it didn't. Let her cook, yes. We've been cooking. We're always cooking. Hang on, just one. Says my mic's doing okay, so I don't think it should have any issues. I don't know, maybe it's just my end. Did the model freeze, guys? After I just got it fixed. I got some glitching, but not as much as last time on the mic. Okay, let me check the plug then. It's like, leave the fox girl alone, I know. It's alright, we're gonna do some troubleshooting and we're gonna figure it out. Okay, it's telling me YouTube stream health is good. So, I don't know, should I trust it? Okay, I probably should have come up with a BRB screen for this, but I'm gonna double check the model. Okay. Okay, I think we got it to work. The model should be moving. Oh, hello, Mage. Welcome to chat. Your model's adorable. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. Just realized I'm breaking chat rules. No, it's okay, B. It's okay. Caps are okay. In moderation. That was just to make it a little easier to notice everyone. Okay. So we're not gonna be stalling for too long. This is who I keep. Yes. Nix has told me about you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. We're gonna be doing some original work today, so lots of OC lore and project ranting. I do tend to ramble. Okay, model's good? Okay, cool. It should be good now. I hope. I think, at least. Okay. Okay, swapping over to the other screen. Ta-da! This is the cover we're going to be working on. Hang on, let me bring up the tablet. Ooh. Where is the tablet toggle? Ah, okay. I think the toggles are broken. I'm pressing the button and nothing is happening, chat. I might have to do it manually. Okay, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out, it's fine. But, quick explanation for what this is. This is my new webcomic. For those of you that's probably seen my other video, the one where I came back to YouTube after like, what, months? This is the other comic that I came up with, another story. Because it turns out that my last one that I did a cover for, Euphoria turned out to be a lot bigger than I thought, like in scale. And I want to take some time and flesh out that story a bit more. I've actually been getting into like game development, like visual development for games, and music composition. So if you check out my other channel, I actually have a concept album. I'm not sure if you can call it that, but I have a couple songs over there that relate to that story. But this is just going to be I say side project, but I do intend to actually see this through. Because I'm really excited about this story and how it turns out. So this is my current project. This is the one that's going to be having actual updates. Because I have not worked on anything for Euphoria besides some music ever since posting that video. So this one's gonna be a more current one. So here we have a concept cover. Quick explanation. So these are our two main protagonists here. I love them very much. This is Grace, and this is Jasper. They are my babies. And yeah, we're gonna be inking this today for the cover for the first chapter arc. I'm not sure, but basic premise is these two. This happens at a ballet academy called the Norchester Ballet. It's kind of historical fiction, but the town is completely made up. But it's kind of based on like late 1880s in London. So yeah. Basically, it's a lot of fun ballet shenanigans and production story mishaps, and they're investigating a fire that happened at the academy long, long ago. So the point of the story is for them to unravel the mystery of what happened in that forbidden wing, because no one's allowed to go over there ever since the fire happened. So they're gonna go and cover the truth and do fun Scooby-Doo mystery things. Oh, wrong tab. I need to click on this one. Oh, welcome back, Peach. I leave for 2 minutes and return to peace. Ah. Thank you, B. Hello, Lacey. Welcome in. The art style is improving. Ah, I hope so. This is also just an excuse for me to actually like practice drawing people, like humans. I know, it's crazy. The Sonnet girly is finally drawing like human bodies. But yee, I'm not sure why my toggles aren't working today. Hang on. Oop. Now I'm gone. I'm just gonna mess with some things, try to get it to work. There we go. Guess I'm manually. Since my darn shortcuts don't want to work. Alrighty. Let's bring the model back. There we go. Alright. I'll have to fix the toggles later, but anyway. For now, we have comics to do. I should mood nap all my homies. Bring them. Do a raid. First raid on stream. Everyone just starts bringing their homies, and I don't know what on earth I'm yapping about. Ever heard of the movie Leap? Yes, I actually rewatched it recently. I watched it a little while ago. It wasn't that long ago, but I did see it and I loved it. And it's definitely, Grace is definitely not inspired by Felicie at all. They're definitely not Elise and Victor. But yes, I do love that movie. I rewatched it like last week for research purposes while I was getting their story together. Okay, let's title this Inks. I would say always name your layers, but I only do this for like big projects. I don't do this all the time, if ever. But titling your layers does make things a bit easier when I'm not too lazy to actually do it. But let's lower the sketch a little and get to work. The good thing about inking is that it's pretty straightforward because a lot of the hard work is already done. Not a lot of brain power. Oh, also you guys let me know if the music is coming through okay, because I cannot hear it on my end. So if I turn it up or down, just let me know. Okay. Brush test. You turn it down just a bit. That's good. Alrighty. And now it's the wrong button. I meant to deselect. Okay, there we go. Also, if you guys want to ask any questions about the characters, I will try to answer as best I can without spoilers. And so that I'm not just kind of silently sitting here. Because I tend to do that while I'm drawing and I forget I actually have to do the chatting part. I'm either rambling or I'm locked in. There is no in between. But I want to talk to you guys. I have 75 layers unnamed. Yep. My last piece had like 30. Just layer 30. If I disappear suddenly, it's because my Wi-Fi died. Oh boy. Yeah, the clouds were like settling over where I live, and I was just hoping it wouldn't rain so that the Wi-Fi won't like cut out in the middle of stream. Some of them don't even have anything on them. True. You just go to layer 768 and it's just like just the eye highlights, just a couple of white dots. And you're like, size. What's your inspiration for making webcomics? I like reading them. I also want to use my art to tell a story because I find that idea just like super intriguing. Oh dear. Hang on, did I trigger something? No, stream is still going. Okay. Where was I? Oh. I want to use my art, like making pretty things is fun. And I like making pretty things. I like making my art look very shiny, and I've been told it looks edible. I've been told that my art looks very edible. and I take that as a compliment, so thank you. Um, but yeah, just the idea of using my art to tell like a full story and like have people get attached to characters and worlds that I came up with, and being able to talk and share about themes and stuff, and talk about character writing and world building and all that stuff. It's just really fun. Like I love doing that with the fandoms that I'm in. So being able to do that for a world that I conceptualized and like really care about is just a cool idea, and I love it so much. So I'm finally gonna buckle down and do it. Well, I tried once and then aimed way past the moon. So we're scaling down a little, but I do genuinely find ballet interesting. I wanted to do it as a kid. It didn't work out, so I'm just gonna write a story about it instead. I cannot dance, so I'll just make an OC that does and write about them instead. They shall dance in my stead. Okay, let's see. Will this be a slow burn enemies to lovers slash what kind of tropes you got there? Yay, tropes. Okay, let's go. Hello Elias, welcome to chat. Welcome in. Okay, so tropes. Of course, this thing is gonna be full of them. At first they were going to just be like, I would say like friends. Like they were gonna become closer first. We're going to bond over this whole mess. And Grace was initially going to be a lot shyer and more timid. And Jasper, as poised as he looks, is really a very big troublemaker, kinda. He follows the rules to a point. But the more I thought about it, I thought having like kind of similar to academic rivals, because they both got they're both dancing as the main roles in the ballet. Which, by the way, the ballet that's gonna be like a big central theme in this is Cinderella. That's not too spoilery, I don't think. But yeah, she's quite literally Cinderella, and he got Prince Charming. So, but she didn't like him at first, at all. So she's just like their first introduction, which I'm still like only up to chapter 3, but I got to their introduction, and their entire first meeting was just kind of like, she was just kind of like, oh, I know your type. Oh. And I'm not amused. But she learns more about him as the story progresses, and I think that's gonna be really fun. Lots of banter. I'm excited to write like the banter. So I guess it's closer to academic rivals-ish. Think like Prince Naveen and Tiana. Like, that's them. Okay. Because I think it's fun. You can tell we're going heavy with the Disney references. Concept is cool, and it's nice seeing you work on something new. I'm gonna play some Fortnite while you rant. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad you like the story idea. Love the troublemaker OCs, yes. He do cause a little mischief, but within reason. Reasonable mischief. Okay, I think I need to turn this up a little so I can see. There we go. Also, I do have footage, although it's a bit scuffed. I do have footage of me actually conceptualizing like their character designs and everything. So I do plan to make a video out of that soon if I could actually like sit down and record the voiceover. The thing is, I always have a bunch of drawing footage around. I just have to actually sit down and edit everything. And I do be procrastinating, I will admit. Here we observe the fox in her preferred habitat. The state of being locked in, yes. Still working on my animation. It's starting to collect dust. I know, Sleepy. I don't know how you like managed to make those like fully colored too. I just like my brain fails to comprehend. Like doing a sketch animatic will take me like 2 weeks if I'm doing it at like 12 frames per second or something. Sometimes even 6. But yours is like colored and stuff, and I'm just like, how? And they look so good. It's like, how? What is this skill? What is this knowledge? Let's flip a little. I don't know why it seems a little low. Let's try foof. He does have very foofy hair. Because I'm not sure. Was hairspray a thing in the 1880s? Because if so, he would use like 3 cans of the stuff a morning. Boy takes his hair care seriously. Wish I had the same endurance as before. While my art has improved in style, I used to finish my animations like 3 days. How though? 3 days? Yeesh. Your style has definitely gotten better too. I like your illustrations too, like the backgrounds. Ah, I love the backgrounds. And the coloring is so pretty. Life be life and real. To the Google search, yes! Consult the scholars. Preferably not Wikipedia, though. They don't qualify. Let's turn off sketch for a second. Jeez. Okay, that's going way too far. Okay. Better. I feel like I made his hairline too visible. Okay, this gallery's back. Hairspray wasn't exactly a thing, but people made a bunch of solutions that had the same effect. Ah, okay. I see. Wishes determines other backgrounds too. Thank you. Thank you, Sleepy. Now I'm just imagining that he, like, tries to come up with his own hair solution, the concoctions, and it doesn't work out very well. Bro is not a scientist. He is no Einstein. Okay. Face looks done, except for this part. This pot here. I'm also not sure whether to give everyone, like, British accents. Because, Norchester is supposed to be, like, a mix of French and British. So think like the Royal Ballet in London. But then also the Opera House in Paris. So I'm not quite sure. But some of my characters do have French names. While others are more English, so maybe it's like a bit of both. world where people in different cultures can appreciate one another's art together. Equally. Okay, I think we're supposed to leave that part here. Yeah. Okay. Take off the edges. There we go. Alright. Time to tackle this lamp. A tutorial video that I had watched said that one thing about comics and why it's good for like your art journey and stuff is that it will have you drawing things that you would never usually draw. And I got hit with that right away when I realized that, oh no, I'm going to have to draw like a antique 18th century lamp. How on earth do I do that? So I rushed to Pinterest and sat there for about 30 minutes just trying to figure out how their lamps worked and where the candle went and how you control the flame and the light and the handle and everything. So yeah, I took an embarrassingly long time to just get that right. And now I'm gonna have to ink it. So that'll be the ultimate test. Because everything usually looks fine as a sketch, but then once you go to ink it, like, you have to actually commit to your choices. The commitment. Okay, I think that line's fine. Alrighty, I just should still have the reference in here. Yep, there we go. Just a little lamp. Alright, let's do this. Nope, nope, wrong button. Okay. Poor boy. Ah, he has to keep up appearances. He has to try his breath. My guy is so concerned. He is worried. Worried and slightly bamboozled. He is shooketh. This is I join Funtown's art competitions. No matter if I win or lose, the theme may be something I would never have drawn, but I try and learn something new. Yeah, those art competitions are always super fun. Everyone's art pieces are always so pretty. And Funtown does pick out some banger themes. Okay, wait. I'm worried already. Okay. What if we don't start with the handle and we start with this part right here? And see, the thing about Medibang, which is the one feature that I kind of thought they would have, because it's such a like a basic function, but they don't exactly have a symmetry tool. Like they have grids up here, but they don't have like a one-to-one symmetry tool that you can just like move around like Ibis Paint does. If they do, I'm not aware of it. I've checked all the tutorials and most of them say you just have to like use the symmetry brush specifically. And I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird. And I use that tool so much in Ibis Paint. And it's not here, so I'm kind of forced to learn how to actually draw things symmetrically without my favorite drawing buddy. Which is why I've kind of been staying away from doing symmetrical portraits in Medibang. But I suppose you could like draw one half and then copy and paste. But I don't know, that method never really worked for me. It always ends up looking kind of uncanny. And even with the symmetry tool, I like to go in afterwards and change things on either side so it's not like perfectly symmetrical. Because then that looks kind of creepy, especially on a face. See, my brother uses that tool all the time. Don't really use it, so I thought it was different. But everyone does their art in their own way, so I judge it. Yeah, I'm trying my best not to let it become like an art crutch, so to say. Like, so I don't have to like become too dependent on it. But I miss it. I miss my symmetry tool. Hi K9 Cool Art Studios, welcome to chat. Welcome in. brush. The lantern looks great. Thank you. I'm trying my best. I also really like that you sketched in a purplish color. It's pretty. Yeah, it's a tip that I picked up a really long time ago, I think. I don't remember where, but this animator suggested sketching in blue or pink. Because well, actually, okay, slight art history lesson. I'm sorry. But back in early Disney, the animators would actually sketch in like light blue or red for like their in-between frames and such, so that when they go over their lines for like the finished frames, it's easier to darken the lines on top while still seeing like the base sketch on the bottom. So for illustrations, it's really helpful to have that as like so that your sketch is just a lot easier to see. Plus, I think you're right, it does look a lot prettier than like sketching in gray. Not that there's anything wrong with gray, because all colors are pretty, but yeah, I just prefer sketching with like a blue. I mostly go for blue, not really anything else. Oh man, that was the wrong layout. Okay. Ah. This was supposed to be selected. There we go. Okay, that's a lot better. I know I just said I usually don't do copy and paste, but it works better for lanterns than it does for people. And for webcomics, we like to work smarter, not harder. Ooh, this is me slowly realizing that we might not get all of this done on stream. Because this is a lot. Might be split up into a couple. Okay, bye-bye, reference. Might have to split this up into a couple streams. once again, I'm not sure if electricity was a thing just yet. Or at least... No, wait, was it? Back to Google. Because the school does have a couple like lampposts outside, so unless those are using it as well. Oh, okay. So apparently electricity was becoming available in the 1800s, so I think we're good. But we're gonna keep the candle for the sake of atmosphere. What's your favorite genre? Just curious. As in like books and movies? In general, I do like a lot of slice of life stuff. And action movies. Mostly. I don't watch a lot of live action actually. I do prefer like animation. Nothing against live action. The actors do a really good job, but I like watching like I grew up with PBS Kids and more educational content, I suppose. Like I wasn't really a Disney Channel kid or like a Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon kid. So I will prefer to like watch a live documentary. If I am watching something live, then it's that usually. But as for genres of like books and stuff, I love romance stuff because I did grow up with Disney. I grew up with like Alice in Wonderland and Aladdin and Cinderella. So I like traditional fairy tale stories. With like royalty and stuff. Other than that, mysteries. I do have the full volume of Sherlock Holmes that I'm only like halfway through. Have not read any of Agatha Christie's books. I need to get on that. I've heard her books are really good. But yeah, another one of my favorite shows is Carmen Sandiego, and that's more like a mystery heist, like crime-ish show. Like with thieves and spies and stuff. I like that a lot. And Totally Spies, which is like a mix of not live action. It's a mix of slice of life with all that spy stuff. And so yeah, I love that show so much. Not so much season 7. I'm sorry to all those fans. Like the animation was pretty, but the storytelling just felt like a bit of a downgrade compared to the old 6, especially like season 1 and 2 of the original. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the reboot. But the original Totally Spies. And let's see what else. If it's fairly wholesome and doesn't have a lot of horror aspects to it, then I'll most likely give it a try. But if it's like really scary, like I cannot handle horror at all. And like let's see, what's that other genre? Yeah, just like any type of horror, I guess. Like in general. If it's not too spoopy, then I could probably handle it. Does anyone else love coloring or drawing while watching streams, especially drawing streams? Yes, I definitely do. That's like whenever I'm not listening to like drawing in the background, or like a podcast or something, just to keep my brain busy. Hey, hello, Power Up. Welcome to chat. Welcome in. Like crocheting to rain and soft music. Yes. And tea. You must include the tea. Animation is just so satisfying. I know! And pretty. Like, you can do so much with animation that with live action, there's only like there's still human actors. Even if you have like all the set design and After Effects and stuff. But with animation, you can do like squash and stretch and all those cool frame techniques that they use to animate their characters. I watch a lot of Disney breakdowns on how the old animators made their movies. And yeah, I just art nerd out about that stuff. Maybe not that one. There we go. Let's try doing this the smarter way. Because we don't seem to have like an erase bucket tool handy. the right layer? So, there we go. Oh wait, maybe not that. Okay. Hello, paper crew. Welcome in. How are you doing? Returning from school on my summer break. Ooh, yay! How's your vacation going? I'm normally a shy person and super apologetic. It's okay. That's totally fine. You don't have to be super active in chat. Just chill along. We're all kind of just pretty quiet here. So it's fine. I'm new, by the way. Well, welcome. Welcome to the channel. And hello, Project CND. Nice to see you again in chat. Oop, might have to clear that a bit. All right. There we go. I think these usually have like a little dial on them. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna put one. Because I think the reference had one. there we go. There's our 18th century lamp. And I think it looks okay. Good enough. Just add a bit more depth to this side, since that's going to be away from the light source, kind of in the middle. Oop, right, sketch. Turn that off. Alrighty. Can't believe at one point I was like super terrified of having really bold line art, because like I thought perfect line art meant tracing your sketch with these really itty bitty faint dainty lines, and now I realize that was not the best notion to have. And now I love the way I do my line art, so that's ironic. The thicker lines make it a lot easier. And I don't know, I guess I thought thinner lines meant having a more painterly style. And that's what I was kind of going for back then. But I'm really happy with this. And I would not be able to do a comic with like a super painterly look anyway, so it's probably the best for the best. that I adapt my style a little bit. But respect to the artists out there that do, that are able to do those super thin and dainty lines, because my goodness, you must have the buffest wrists to be able to do that. I would not want to get into an arm wrestle with you. Okay, looks like this is kind of going off the screen a little. Might need to shrink it. Oh, wait. Whoops. Well, I guess we're going a little off the canvas today. That's fine. I don't think I need a border for this at all. So... Alrighty. Borders have been added. Let's go. Now I will actually stop touching this lamp. I think that looks fine. I will hide that for a sec and go back to Jasper here. The boy. Why have I said not today? Oh no! Ah, no! Rip the Wi-Fi. Welcome back, next You've come back from the void. thinking that I should draw right now? Yes. If it's something that will make you happy, that is always a good idea. We can all be drawing buddies and chat. Still trying to work on an animatic, but instead I'm here. Same. I have so many projects that I should be finishing, but alas, procrastination exists. You really need to learn like better time management. I draw symmetrical mainly. That is a very good method. Because then you're focused on like the proportions of things. And drawing head-on portraits is actually a great way to learn like how far apart each of the facial features are from each other. So I did a lot of like symmetrical or like most like 3/4 drawings when I was younger. To like, okay, no, like most of them were head-on. Most of them were symmetrical, but I learned a lot by doing that. And then once you get a little more comfortable with the way your anatomy looks in terms of proportions, then you can move on to angles and shifting them around a little, and then things get really fun. All right, chat. We have a hand. Let's do this. Hark, it be a hand. Okay, let's just close this part a little before erasing it. Oh, wait, not what I meant to do. There we go, now the rest of the thingies. Oh, goodbye, Cracker. Hope you have a great rest of your day. The perspective. The perspective tool. I quite literally just use that because freehanding these lines is a nightmare. What I love to do is creatively art-related things like making people's OCs or VTubers on Roblox. Oh, that is pretty cool. Roblox is like 3D, right? So wait, so it's like 3D modeling or like texturing. I believe that's what it's called. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I've only looked into 3D art like very, very briefly. And all the terms still kind of confuses me. Okay, how long have we been going? Oh, already an hour and 45 minutes. Sheesh. Came back. Welcome back in, K9. Yeah, I think we're gonna try and keep the stream at around 2 hours. So I gotta like really focus in to get Jasper done at least. And then maybe for the next stream we'll ink Grace and the background because that is a lot of books. button. Just fill some things in. Because if it's far enough in the back, you can usually get away with just using the bucket tool. And like drawing these little erasing where they would like intersect. So it looks like there's multiple things there, but it's really just one big blob of color. I see this done a lot in like Marvel or Superman, like DC comics and stuff. And it saves a lot of time, and I think it looks cool. So I just started doing my inks like that. Just these huge blobs of pure black in some spots. Okay, see, another thing I heard a lot when I was first starting out in art was that never to use pure black or pure white in your drawings. And I feel like that could be true for more semi-realistic painterly styles. But for like comics and animation, they use that a lot. And while I do color, I often color my lines, so I don't leave them like pure black. It's usually just a darker color of whatever's underneath. But as for white, I usually make my highlights pure white, and my eye whites are like pure white. So I don't exactly follow that rule very well. But I think it works fine for my style, so I keep it. Because another thing I learned was that with art tutorials, you usually just have to try it out and see if it works. And if it doesn't, that's okay, because art is not like a hard science, so there's not too many rules as to how, like, to do your sketch or your colors or your inking or whatever. There are guidelines, but you can always play around and find what works. Okay, I think we got through with the hand. On the first go, let's go. There we go. Do the rest of his ruffles. Because I knew the second I designed him, I wanted to give him like a theatrical Shakespearean ruffle shirt under his vest. And like one of those, whatever these are called. Like the neckties, but they're poofy. I forget what they're called. But this man's wardrobe is immaculate. Also, I don't actually have that many Gyoses, so I just needed one that had some sort of like specific fashion sense Otherwise, I'd be tempted to just like put him in a hoodie. Because I don't know men's clothing very well, so I just made one of my very few Gaioses just have the most on point drip ever. So I have something to throw all of my my vintage tuxedo at on my Pinterest boards. So you can expect to see Jasper in a lot of suits. I know that will make some of you very happy. Thanks, I'm looking at you. You're welcome. I'll have to do that a bit better. Let's try the other side. Ah, hi Mabel. Hi, I just checked chat. Welcome in, you made it. Let's go. Everybody say hi to Mabel in chat. She is very cool. How long have you been streaming for? About almost 2 hours now. We'll probably have about another 15 or so minutes before we wrap it up, just because I want to finish my boy here before we end stream. A lot of my IOCs have hoodies too. I know. I am trying my very best to do my diligent research and give the clothes some thought. Because why have an OC if you don't get to put them in Cute little outfits. I have to say about the layout for your stream. It's really pretty. Thank you. And the music. Yeah, I love this playlist. I hear it on a lot of streams, and it's just very comfy. And I put the layout together myself, but I did use some free resources from a streaming site for VTubers, so that's why I was able to find all the the cute chat box and stuff. Also, a lot of Pinterest ideas. A lot of conceptualizing kind of what I wanted, so. Oh, hello? Oh my gosh, I just said my streaming software crashed. Okay, hang on, are we good? Okay. uh, let's see, what are we drawing today? We are working on the cover for my new webcomic series that I'm currently scripting chapter 3, so I thought it would be a good time to start getting some art done for it. So we have our two protagonists here. Grace and Jasper. A little ballet academy mystery nerds. I started another one because after I did that video about Euphoria, I started the concepting for Euphoria. About like the beginning of 2025, I think. Like I had the idea, like I knew I wanted to do a web comic, but I didn't know about what. So I just took a look at some of my favorite Disney movies, and I was also rewatching some of Totally Spies at the time, and I wanted something kind of like that. But story turned out really big, and a bit of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Originally they were supposed to be like elemental based superheroes, but that idea grew into something much bigger, and I actually would like to spend a bit more time on it. So I started this comic as kind of like a warm up, kind of just to make sure I'm able to figure out my workflow before I commit to a longer story like that. So this one's a bit simpler. I say that, but I already have like 3 arcs in my head. But it's like it's a little simpler. The story and the world and the characters are a bit simpler and less complex than Euphoria was. So I feel like I can manage this and like actually start posting content about it. Also, I really love ballet, and I've been meaning to do a ballet-based story for a little while. So I thought, hey, why not? I had some concepts of some OCs, and I just sat down and started writing, and then these two just kind of happened. So we have Grace Booker and Jasper Lewis Clark. Now added to my growing roster of OCs. Are you still calling your webcomic Euphoria, or you Lucy still? Yeah, the name change got changed to Euphoria now, and I redid the logo, and I like it a lot better. I'm good. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had a nice time. Clever names. Thank you. The audio was breaking up. Ah, I'm sorry. Okay, hang on. Let me go over again. This the girl, our little girly, on the left here is Grace Booker, and this little gentleman is Jasper Lewis Clark. Fun fact: his father actually owns the school, so he gives rich kid vibes. But don't worry, he's not spoiled. He's a sweet boy when he wants to be. But yeah, Euphoria is on hiatus, I guess. I don't know if I can say that since I really didn't post anything else about it besides that cover. But yeah, I still love those characters and their world very much, but I just want to give it some time to develop a bit more. So I feel like this would be a good distraction. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should like call it a distraction, but a side project, I guess. So I'm hoping to start post more updates, and hopefully some chapters will be coming out soon. Once I start sketching those out. Plus, it means more content for the channel, because I can start having more art to film and record over whenever I'm not doing my self-indulgent like Sonic-y stuff. The Sonic is not leaving. I do actually have a couple animatic ideas, but I just need to like sit down and finalize them. Alrighty, I think the last thing we need to do is this next hand. And then I think we should be good. Sorry guys, I have to go now. I can't see the finished drawing. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Okay, bye K9. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Have you thought of the plot yet? Yes. I did a bit of exposition at the beginning of stream, but basic, very rough, very basic premise is we follow Grace. So she is our main protagonist before this boy comes along. And she goes to a ballet academy. She gets accepted. But when she gets there are rumors going around about a production that happened about 20 years ago about a fire that took place in one of the academy's original wings, or like the I don't know, like the East Wing or something. So a fire happened there about 20 years ago, and after that, one of their lead dancer went missing, and no one ever heard from her again. So the entire plot is just her and Jasper trying to figure out what happened. Very Scooby-Doo-esque. They just go around the school, learning about the school's history and digging up old files. Or, well, would they have files? I guess they go to the library a lot, so, for the cover, they're kind of searching around the library for anything that any records, or any information about the fire, or the production that happened when the fire happened, when it occurred. So yeah, a lot of shenanigans happen, and they have to do this while Grace is working in town. Either I'm thinking of making her either like a dressmaker assistant, or a seamstress, or a baker, or a clerk. I don't know. She works in town, and Jasper doesn't work because he's the heir to the place, so he doesn't have to. So during class, they have to first get along during ballet rehearsals and recitals and stuff, while also making sure that no one finds out that they're digging up old files about this thing, because clearly the school doesn't want their students to know. So a lot of secret research and dodging around headmasters and instructors and stuff, and trying not to get expelled. So fun. Very fun times. They gotta focus on their ballet recitals while not getting caught. And I'm sure nothing could ever go wrong in that span of time. Does Alora still exist? Yes. She belongs to my Euphoria world. Alora, Dahlia, Kento, they are all of the rest of my babies. I will still do art of them if I find the time and something that fits. But their story is just on hold for a bit until I can figure some stuff out. I'm also getting into game development because I'm realizing I might be able to tell their story a bit better, and maybe a visual novel, or an RPG, even though that's a bit ambitious. So I've been looking into game development and visual design and sound design and music composition and all sorts of neat stuff outside of comics. But yeah, their story ended up being really big, and I still love it very much, but it just needs some work. Because I want it to be good. This story is a bit smaller and a bit more manageable, and I can like figure things out as a writer in terms of storytelling. So I'm hoping this will work as like a practice run before I tackle something as big as Euphoria's narrative. I also had like I had 3 main characters and like a whole bunch of active side characters in that plot. It was huge. I think like Avatar scale world building and arcs and stuff, and I was just way in over my head. So yeah, the rest of my OCs are definitely not gone forever. I'm just working on some other stuff for them. I forgot how this stripe goes. Alright, I think we'll wrap up pretty soon. I'll have to make some edits later, but I think we made good progress today. Is the world still dream themed? Do they have any powers? The world is largely still like dream themed, but instead of the characters like actually having to dream in order to do their job, um, I changed up the storyline a bit to where it's like it's dream as in like the metaphorical sense instead of literally. So by saving dreams, they basically save like the hopes and dreams of ambitions of people. And then the little like nightmare Koopas is the best way I can describe them. So like hypothetically in an RPG, the little nightmare monsters would be like these little like goopy creatures that you'd have to beat in order to basically like yeah, like negative energy and such. So like if someone has a dream and then something happens and they start to like have any self-doubts or stuff like that, then the nightmare Koopas start appearing. And then our superheroes have to like clear out any negative energy and save the person before they become a Koopa themselves. I know that's very vague, but think of it. It's kind of similar. It's basically like Miraculous Ladybug and like Hawk Moth Akumas. It's a lot like that. Only instead of just like one moth being sent out to one person, it can happen a lot. And they just turn into the same generic monster instead of like a specialized monster of the week kind of formula. So they just turn into the same kind of sad glob. Because I figured that would just make like game design a lot easier to be able to reuse a lot of assets. Is there a main villain beyond just Nightmare? Yes, there is. There is actually. On the cover, like the little girl in bottom. Oh, at the bottom, in like in purple. That is our main baddie. She is her name is Sarah, or Seraphina, and yeah, she is our main baddie. or not. That's a plot twist spoiler, so I don't want to say too much on that. But for a large chunk of the story, yes, she's the one going around attacking people and making Star Haven a very sad place. So they're the ones that, or she's the one that they're trying to stop for most of the story. But she has lore, so it's fine. All of her deeds will be forgiven. Maybe. That's kind of what I meant when I said the story had a lot of arcs and such. So with this story, I'll be able to try my hand at actually writing continuous, like, cohesive character journeys without making it seem too jarring or like confusing to follow along with. So with Grace and Jasper's story, there is no overarching villain or bad guy or anything. They're just trying to solve a case, a cold case, I suppose. Well, for a minute it seems like there's a bad guy, but it's not. False alarm, it was just things happened. And they're trying to figure out exactly what happened. And that's basically the whole plot. But yeah, I've also been trying to learn how to do pixel art. So maybe once I get a bit better at that, might do some pixel art streams. Like some of the game devs do. I think that'd be really fun. Just like making little sprites and backgrounds and little items. I think that'd be really fun. I just have to learn. It could be a learning experience. And we can all learn about it together. I think that'd be pretty fun because the program I found is pretty simple and I don't think it'll take too much for my PC to stream it. So I think that might be doable for us to do a pixel art stream. Oh dear, okay, let me see. Let's see. Oh, are we still working? I think my mic went out for a sec. Gonna go. It's nice to finally catch your stream. Hope you have a great day. Keep it real. Goodbye, people. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm glad you got to hang out for a bit. It was nice having you get in chat. Alrighty. I think that just about does it. I'll probably go do some cleanup off stream, but I think that's enough for today. We finished the boy. It is him. Yep. Okay then. I think that just about does it. Go ahead and save. And I think that's it for stream, guys. We're gonna close out for today. Thank you much for everyone for coming and hanging out. Thanks for letting me drop in. Thank you for stopping by, Vivi. Yes. Already got hit with the 1-star rating. We have the main character. We do. We can vibe. We can vibe and chat later. But thank you so much to everyone for stopping by. This was really fun. I will definitely do a part 2 so we can get to the rest of this. But for now, I think that is it. Yay! Hugs to everybody in chat. Bye bye.